All right. Welcome to Entering Summative Results on a Standards-Based Report Card weekly webinar, a second installment of our 6 Ways of Grading weekly webinars. So today you have myself, Sarah Freed, who works a lot with the forms and standards-based report cards. I've been working with them for about 15 years now, and I am happy to be here walking you through how to enter these summative results. We're also joined by Jake Van Scoy. Jake, do you want to say hi?
Sure can, Sarah. Thanks. My name is Jake Vanskoy. I'm a trainer here at JMC. Specialize in grading, particularly standards-based grading. So I am happy to be assisting in bringing you this webinar.
Great. Let's just get started. So the point and click method in JMC Teacher. This is what we're talking about today. Perfect for elementary educators in need of a quick and uncomplicated approach to conducting summative assessments. The point and click technique offers a seamless way to input standards-based results for students at the end of the term with minimal effort. As part of our in-depth exploration of the 6 Ways of Grading series, we'll be closely examining this method today. We're going to talk about assessing students using a standards-based report card, and then we're going to talk about using a shortcut to enter results for students. So first thing is assessing students using a standards-based report card. Editing and submitting a standards-based assessments report card for a student at the end of the term is a snap with JMC Teacher. Simply enter assessment results and comments on each student's report card from JMC Teacher to communicate standards-based proficiencies. Then submit your report cards to the office and sit back while they're delivered to students and families. To get started editing the report card, you're going to log into JMC Teacher and head to Edit Assessments Report Card for a student. Step 1 is to select a student from the student drop-down list to edit the standards-based report card for that individual. Step 2 is to select the appropriate standards-based report card form from the From drop-down list to edit assessments and comments. Then we're going to select a course section or grade level from the course grade drop-down list to edit the standards associated with a specific course or grade level. And then we're going to select the appropriate subject area from the subject area drop-down list to edit the standards grouped into a specific subject area. We're not quite done. Step 5 is to select the current term from the assessment set drop-down list. Or if you don't have one in there, or if you don't have one for the current term, select the Add Assessment Set button to add an assessment set for the current term. Fun fact is an assessment set consists of the date and term that correspond with the assessment results you are entering on the standards-based report card. You want to be in that current term that you are wanting to enter those results in for. And then you just select a grade result from the drop-down list from any box with a colored triangle to add a grade to the student's report card. There's an optional step in here. You can enter student comments in a comments field to share additional information about a student's progress on the standards-based report card. Now, this is only going to be available if your school has asked for a comment box on your report card. And this page auto saves, excuse me, so no need to worry about saving your changes, which is really helpful as you're going through those students and adding those results. It auto saves for you. And then ending the term with ease. After you get through one student, you're going to repeat the above steps for all students in the class. When you're done with all of your students in your class, you can click the Send All Grades to Office quick link to submit your grades to the office. So let's take a live look at editing an assessments report card for a student. I'm going to go into my Mr. Freed gradebook here. I've logged in already. but we're going to go to edit assessments report card for a student. We get this screen. I see the report card. Here are all my drop-down lists to determine who and for which course I'm going to be entering my assessments. And here are my assessment areas over here. So first I'm going to go to grade 0. I'm just going to keep it right here. And I'm in quarter 3 here. I want to be entering quarter 3 scores. Jenny, for example, I just didn't give scores last quarter. So I'm going to go up to here to my assessment set drop-down list. There isn't an assessment set for quarter 3 in here. So I'm going to click on add assessment set. We're going to add the assessment term, which is going to be quarter 3. I'm going to click OK. And then you notice that these red triangles show up in my quarter 3 boxes down here. I have my assessment set quarter 3 up here. I have my grade 00. I didn't select, but my student was the first one in the list. I have my kindergarten report card, and the subject area is just kindergarten. So now in here, I can just I just actually click in that box and I get all of my results that I can choose from. And I can click down and get a 4. I'm going to go down to concentrates. She doesn't concentrate very well. She does pretty good though. She's meeting expectations here. Works independently. She needs a lot of help. So there's the 1 there, and works cooperatively. She does that great. So when I'm done with all of those scores, it auto saves right here and it tells me that last saved time. And then I can go to my next student. That assessment set's going to be saved right there. And then I can go in and enter my scores for George here. Okay. Once again, auto saves. And then once I'm done with all of my students, I can go over to this quick link. When you're done with all of your students and all of your courses, you say that send grades for all courses to office. Right over here, you click that link, and that's going to send it right to the office. And I think that's it for how we do this particular screen. So I'm going to go back this direction though. And first I'm going to delete out this assessment set. I'm just going to, so that I can show you on my next one. Once again though, that was under edit assessments report card for a student. Right. We're going to go back to our webinar. Any questions about editing an assessments report card for a student?
I don't see anything coming through, and I think that looks pretty simple. Thank you.
Great. All right. So now I'm going to show you how to use a shortcut to enter results for students. The Edit Assessments for a Course or Grade page provides a streamlined approach for teachers assessing standards listed on a standards-based report card. You can save time by selecting standards results for all students in a course or grade at once, instead of editing each student's report card individually. Results will automatically show up on student standards-based report cards to help you quickly and efficiently end the term. So we're going to head to edit assessments for a course or grade screen in JMC Teacher to begin entering results for all students in a course or grade. Now this screen, last time we went to edit assessments report card for a student screen. This time we're going to go to edit assessments for a course or grade. The first step, we're going to select the course or grade level using the courses grade drop-down list to access standards and benchmarks that have been assigned to a course or grade. We're going to select a subject area drop-down or from the drop-down list to access standards and benchmarks for a specific subject area. Then you're going to select the standard using the standard drop-down list to view all of the benchmarks associated with the selected course or grade and subject area and standard. And then you're going to, from this assessment drop-down, you're going to select an item to assess a specific reportable item. Once again, step 5 here, you need to select the appropriate term and date from the assessment set drop-down list to enter results that will appear on a standards-based report card. And then this is optional over here. This last step 6, click the Add Assessment Set or Delete Assessment Set button to add or delete an assessment set. So once again, if there's not an assessment set in there, you're going to add an assessment set for that term and date that you are working with. And helpful tip here, using a standards-based report card, eliminate the need for adding assessment sets for each benchmark by adding your assessment set on the Edit Assessments report card for a student page. Step 7, we're going to select a result from the Result ID drop-down list to enter a benchmark result for a student. And here's the biggest time saver. This is our helpful hint here, helpful tip. Highlight a result from over here and then click the Fill Score column link in the Quick Links section to save time adding results to each student by automatically populating the selected result to all students. Huge time saver, especially if you have many students in your class and they're all getting pretty much the same score. You can use that Fill Score column. It will fill all of those students with that score. You can also enter a comment in the comment field to associate an internal comment with a student's benchmark result. Benchmark comments are internal comments that are not displayed on a standard-based report card or the JMC family and JMC student portals. And then you want to click the Save button to save your benchmark assessment results. And the step 11 is click the Print button to print a list of the selected assessment results for the course or grade. So this, once you are done entering scores here, you want to hit Save right here. And if you want to print a list of these of this standard and assessment and students with their results, you can hit the Print button and it will print out that page for you. So here's a few fun facts about calculating and overriding results. So if you are calculating a result from a JMC gradebook to a standard and benchmark, the result from the gradebook will automatically appear on this page after adding an assessment set. If you change the calculated benchmark result from this page, a check mark will appear in the locked column, which is this column with that cool lock, indicating that this grade has been overridden. All right, so I'm going to show you, we're going to go and do a live look there. I'm going to show you how to do that in our gradebook, a live gradebook here. Okay, so once again, I'm going to go back to home here so we get the idea, the pathways here. We go to Edit. Now we are going to go to Edit Assessments for a course or grade. I'm going to add in that all of these edit assessment screens share the same information. So it's just presented in a different way in your screen. So that edit assessments report card for a student, if you add scores into there, they're going to show up here. If you add scores into this edit assessments for a course or grade, it's going to show up on this report card. So here we go into the edit assessments for a course or grade. We are going to go to, let's go to language arts here. I think I can use that one. There we go. And once again, I'm in quarter 3. So I want to add an assessment because I don't think I have a quarter 3 assessment set here. So I'm going to add an assessment set and it says quarter 3. We're going to say, yep. And this one just tells me I don't have any assignments in my gradebook attached to the results, so they can't be calculated. And here's my quarter 3 term. Here's my result ID list. Here we go. Candies. I'm just going to give for use picture clues. You know what? They all are doing great. So I'm going to do a 4. I have it highlighted. I'm going to go over here and hit my fill score column quick link, and it will fill all of my class with that 4. Now, if I go back and say Paul Freedom, still working on using picture clues, I'll change that one. And Jenny got a 3, but everybody else got a 4. I can always go back and edit, but it saves so much time. I don't have to be clicking down. I'm going to click on save to save that assessment set and save those assessments. And that's all there is to it. Jake, anything that I should add for that?
I think you hit the nail on the head. This is a really big time saver, this fill score column, because uh, invariably what happens is we give folks the tools to edit the results directly on the report card, and folks are happy to go into the edit assessments report card for a student page, and they go in, and each student, they click on each student's results and send them to the office, and it's just fine. And then usually the second or third time folks are they go through that process, they start to think, well, how can I make this more efficient? How can I streamline this process? And that's where they'll eventually come to this page here and use that fill score column quick link, and that can save some time and some clicks, especially if they're using an external grade book, or if they have their paper pencil grade book where they're just scanning down results and adding them to individual students. This is a great piece for them. So, and I don't
Absolutely.
see that there are any questions, so I think we're ready to wrap.
Great. All right. So we got JMC news and upcoming events. Join us for our upcoming webinar, or webinars, I should say. So on the 26th, tomorrow, is Exciting Innovations in JMC Office, Part 3. And then starting in May, can it be May already? Next week, it can. The third installment of our 6 Ways of Grading series, the Calculating Assignment Score Results to a Standards-Based Report Card, is an excellent one if you're using assignment scores, which would be categories and assignments and points and percentages to calculate those standards-based report card results. We have an online regional workshop that we'll talk about in another screen coming up here too. And then week 2 of May is our 4th installment of the 6 Ways of Grading series, using the CBG module to track formative assessment results and report them summatively on a standards-based report card. This is the third part of, if you're using standards-based report card, this is a third pathway of that you can use to get those results onto that report card. And then May 10th is an online family registration setup webinar. And then the third week of May, we have 6 ways of grading using the CBG module to track formative assessment results and report them summatively as a course grade. So this happens a lot more in the high school arena, where they're using CBG modules and then calculating out a course grade.
So if I
So
could,
join us. Oh, sorry.
jump in here. Sorry, I want to jump in for a second and
Yeah,
throw a plug out there for our 6 Ways of Grading series. You're
please.
witnessing the second installment of this, but if you check out that From Goals to Details, it's the very first installment. Sarah and I kind of go through the different end of term reporting options. So if you're trying to think about, how is our school going to approach standard-based assessment, standard-based grading, formative assessment, that sort of thing, check that out to see which end of term reporting option might work best for you. And then these first 3 installments that are in May, the 6 ways, the obviously the method that we just shared with you, but then calculating assignment results to a standard-based report card, or using the competency-based grading module to track formative assessment results and report them on a standard-based report card. I would highly recommend checking out those, maybe one of those 2, if you've decided that standard-based report cards are the way to go for us, or if you are like in a high school, middle school situation where you report end of term course grades, then that week 3 installment of using CBG to track to a course grade, those would be helpful for you. So since it's nice and neatly packaged on this one page, I thought I would just point out the difference between those 3. So
Absolutely. And we've put a lot of work into these, making them very easy to understand and walk through. I highly encourage that also. Absolutely, Jake. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay. And then don't miss your JMC regional workshop. Join us as we highlight the office and teacher message centers and our brand new community messenger. Preview our new look, learn how to maximize communication, and more. So you can attend the workshop closest to you by signing up at this link, or join remotely on May 3rd, which is coming up next week, 12 to 1:30, by registering here. And are you interested in learning more about how assessing student progress can reflect the unique needs and philosophy of your school district? This is exactly what Jake was just talking about, the 6 ways of grading. So you can join our grading experts for the remaining webinars in this series to learn more about what solution will work best for your district. And if you've missed the first one, I'm just going to say it again, Jake, that from goals to details, that's a really great overview. I would highly recommend you looking and watching that if you haven't decided which method is your way. And we're always looking for a few JMC superstars. At almost every school, we find an unofficial JMC go-to person. And this would be the person that colleagues contact if they have a quick question about a module. And they share JMC tips and tricks. And when a JMC training comes up, they're usually the one nominated to go for the school. So does that sound like someone you know, or maybe it is you? Whoever it is that came to mind, we want to meet them. Why? Well, because we've learned along the way that these JMC superstars make the best client service specialists, and we're looking for passionate part-time client service specialists. If anybody you know is interested, or if you yourself is, or if you yourself are interested, that's what I should say, apply today by submitting your resume and cover letter to hr@jmcinc.com. And we've got lots of different things coming up. Join us for summer conferences. In addition to a chance to win a pizza party for the school with the most attendees and an extra raffle ticket for each school supply item donated, our summer conferences are full of fun ways to connect and learn about JMC. We will be in Minnesota on August 1st at the Minnesota Twins Stadium and in Iowa on August 4th at the FFA Enrichment Center. Keep an eye out for a postcard with details on all our summer trainings. In the meantime, head over to our Eventbrite page to register today. And once again, thank you for joining us for this weekly webinar, and thank you for using JMC. Have a great day.